I have found a delicious recipe. Well, technically Jason found it, but I'm gonna take credit for it. So for this plan, shop, and cook with me, I found a recipe in this Mediterranean cookbook. Jason was looking around online and he saw a recipe and it led him to this book. This has got some really good recipes. I mean, look, I've got things already marked and that was just me thumbing through it. So the recipe that I want to make tonight is called caprese chicken. So I'm going to put a shopping list together. I'm going to head to the store and buy these items first thing. I am at Sam's Club. I need chicken for this recipe. That is just one of the items on my list. So I'm gonna go into Sam's Club. I'm gonna see if they even have chicken and what else I can find in there. Okay, the chicken section is right back here, so we're gonna see if they have it. I hope they do. I know it's a bigger pack, but at least I can use it for more than one meal. Look, they have chicken. $1.98 a pound. Now I'm looking at their tomatoes. The recipe calls for 8 thick slices of tomato. Here's some little guys. Here's a carton of sweet capri. Here is some bigger tomatoes. They are $3.64 on the vine. I am pleasantly surprised that they are all stocked up on their chicken. That makes me happy because I hate struggling to find products, especially something as simple as just chicken breast. And that was a nice little find with those tomatoes on the vine. I bet you those are gonna be so good. And I can use all the extras for different meals that I have coming up. I am at Walmart. I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna finish up all the rest of the things that I need to get to put this meal together. But I am also curious to see if any of our shelves are still pretty empty. They were the last time I was in here, so I figured I would show you that too. You wanna see? Okay, let's go in. Well, the Valentine aisle is definitely not empty. Oh my goodness, look at all the candy. Looks like a little bit of salsas are empty here, but not too bad. I'm impressed. Our mayonnaise section has a little bit of emptiness going on, but the salad dressings look really good. Canned goods aren't too bad, are they? Looks like there's a really good selection. One of the items we need is sweet paprika. I just have to locate it. Okay, I'm seeing regular paprika here and smoked paprika here. Okay, I found it. Sweet paprika. On to the next item. I need sliced mozzarella. Fresh would be good too, but I kind of want it already done for me. Oh my goodness, they have just about every kind of cheese that there is. But up here is mozzarella. I mean, they even have sliced Munster cheese here. Sliced Gouda. Goodness. I don't remember them having this much sliced cheese. That is good to know. It's a little note to self for future recipes. The section of croissants, pretty much empty. And then cream cheese isn't too bad. Here's a section of empty for like bagels, but the cream cheese isn't too bad. Not a lot to choose from though. Butter is okay. It's not the best I've seen it, but there's a few empty spots here. The baking section looks pretty good. I think some of the sugar, yep, is empty. But there's a good selection here. And they have enough flour, so that's good to see. This is the gravy section. There's not a lot to choose from. All right, pasta is pretty empty. And then over here on the other side is soups. This is the broth section. I was just really curious about this because I've been having problems finding like chicken stock, which I see they have in again. So that's encouraging. I could not find that last time. And also the low sodium chicken broth in cans. I couldn't find that before. I could only find it in the boxes, and they have both this time. Here is the frozen potato section. Now this has been empty for the last couple of weeks, but look, it looks like they got a really good delivery. Well, that's exciting. Except for this section down here, but that's okay, because before there was none of this. None. So that's good. We are looking for fresh basil. I see it right away. So that's perfect for this recipe. Okay, we are all set. I can go to checkouts and get out of here. Walmart had everything that I needed. I am relieved that I found all of the items to put this meal together. I'm looking so forward to it. It is going to be delicious. Now let's head home and get into the kitchen and start cooking. Well, that was a promising little shopping adventure, wasn't it? The shelves weren't as bad as what I thought they would be as far as emptiness. There was quite a bit of emptiness, but there's a lot of things I'm seeing coming back in the store, and that makes me very, very happy. Okay, I'm gonna set out the ingredients and start chopping, and we're gonna get this put together. I separated the chicken and kept out the chicken breasts that were thicker so that I can slice into them and stuff them. So I'm gonna take this in the house. I have the seasonings for this recipe, which cuts costs, but we need dried Italian seasoning. I don't have much, but I believe I have more in my pantry. Chili powder, salt, pepper. I better get right into that pantry and look for these seasonings. Olive oil. Oh, and there's my Italian seasoning. So happy to see that. We are looking for sweet paprika. I just bought it, so I just have to locate it. Well, I thought I grabbed sweet paprika, and I didn't. I grabbed smoked paprika, but I really don't think this is gonna make a difference. I don't really have a choice, so we're gonna just go with it. Smoked paprika it is. I have my little ramekin bowl here. I'm gonna put the seasonings in this. So I need a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of black pepper, teaspoon of chili powder, a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Woo! Kinda went a little overboard there. That's good, right? And a teaspoon of sweet paprika, but you know, I'm using smoked instead of sweet. I will locate sweet one day. And that was easy enough for seasonings, wasn't it? Pretty simple. So I'm gonna give this a good stir. I'm gonna set this aside and start prepping the chicken. I am starting my oven on 350, needs to be heating up. And I'm getting out a pan. The recipe calls for a cast iron skillet, so if you have one, you can use one. I'm not gonna use mine. I'm just going to use a fry pan, and I have a cover because I don't know if I'll need one or not. We'll see. I just sliced up the tomato, but I need to get the basil leaves and the mozzarella. Basil and the mozzarella slices. So for the chicken, you just slice it this way. Not all the way through, about 3/4 through, because you want to stuff it. So I'm going to do that to each chicken breast. I'm going to put about a tablespoon of olive oil in this pan and let it heat up. Meanwhile, I'm going to put the other tablespoon of olive oil on the chicken. Put the seasonings all over each piece of chicken. I'm gonna save a little to do on the outside too. I'm gonna place 2 basil leaves on each chicken, 2 tomatoes. The recipe says 2 slices of mozzarella cheese, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that much in here, but I am gonna try my hardest. Because melty cheese, yum. You're gonna fold the chicken breast over as best you can, and then I'm gonna secure it with toothpicks. I'm gonna do that to each of these chicken breasts. I'm gonna sear the chicken breasts on each side. You can see the toothpicks right here and right here. Justin doesn't like tomato and cheese, so I just put seasonings with basil. So I'm gonna season the sides, flip it, and season the other side. I have sprayed a 9x13 pan, and I'm going to transfer the chicken breast to the pan. Put my apron on because the oil is kind of spattering and I don't want to ruin my shirt. I've done that many times. So the instructions do not say how long to place the chicken in the oven for. It just says until it reaches the temperature of 165. So I'm going to start out with about 20 minutes because these chicken breasts are pretty thick. And I'm gonna check it after 20 minutes and then I will go from there. But I will let you know how long it ends up taking. I just put the chicken in the oven and I realized I was so focused in on this main part of the meal that I didn't even think about what to have on the side. So I need to dig through this pantry and see what I can come up with. So let's see what we can pull together, shall we? So this is my sides bin. Sometimes there's just extra things in here that shouldn't be, but we won't say anything, right? Just ignore that. So I'm seeing right here I have some instant mashed potatoes and I have a box of stovetop, but it's pork stovetop. I don't think that's really gonna make a difference. I think this was actually left over from Christmas. So I'm gonna make up some stovetop, and I really think I might make one of these mashed potatoes too, just because I think that would go really good with that caprese chicken. All right, this just came out of the oven. It smells so good. I lost a little tomato here, so I just put it on top of this chicken. But now we're gonna get to the next step. The final step to this chicken is to add a balsamic glaze. Now I have added a glaze to another chicken recipe and this really just took that over the top, so I'm excited about adding this to this chicken. I really think this one is going to be a keeper. It's got everything that we love in it. Okay, the verdict is in. We all ate dinner and loved it. It had a lot of flavor going throughout the chicken, the tomatoes. I mean, whenever you bake tomatoes, to me it's just so good. That fresh basil and then the seasonings on the chicken, that took it over the top, but then that balsamic glaze, oh my goodness, yeah. This is definitely one you have got to try and let me know what you think of it. I always look forward to hanging out with you. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day and I will see you soon.